that this morning. We don't take, that's my idea to, about what we talk this morning. Because we have been talking about all this, but all of these go inside the relationship. Like love, security, protection, and being able to trust self and other and respect. And everybody need that. And you find this in the relationship with God. So that's all we talk about.
Well, it's good.
We,
Yeah, Lonnie.
we also talked about how, when there's the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, and how that's kind of like we're factored into that
Yeah.
because, but we're not factored in. We're factored in through Christ.
Yeah.
So we drew this little diagram of,
Okay.
the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, and we are next to Jesus.
Yeah.
What did you say in that?
Okay, so what about you guys in the back?
What we talked about was basically that having the fear, getting over the fear to love again. Once you've been, what the Trinity says about us, because sometimes, us as human beings, we hurt each other. You say you love them, but then in the same breath that you say that you love somebody, you're hurting that same person. So, once you get hurt, the Trinity and how he says, you love me with the glory that you gave me even before the creation of time, creation of the earth. It's like, okay, you love me that much. And Christ loves us that much that if he loves us and God and Christ have that bond where they love each other, you know what I'm saying? Who am I not to love my brother and sister if Christ loved me? You know what I'm saying? You say, oh, I love you, instead of like, oh, yeah, well, here's somebody else saying that they love me again. It's like, okay, well, yeah, you love me, I love you, we have a bond. There's, another relationship that's formed. And then with the fundamental needs of a human being, originally I had said peace, love, and soul. But I got boarded out on that one. But no, all seriousness though, we want to be loved. That's one thing that we want to be loved, and we want somebody to love. And like I said, is a lot of these little girls like, oh, I want to have a baby because I want somebody to love me and I want somebody to love, and I have so much that I can give to this person or that person and everything. And Annette had brought up a good point that with babies, they're receptive to touch. They need touch, And when she said it made me think of my newborn nephew. It's like he'll see me and he's like, okay, there goes Uncle G. And he ain't came over and said what's up to me yet. But when I pick him up and it's like I'm holding him in the air, it's like I get a big smile from him. It's like, okay, I know my Uncle G loves me. My Uncle G's here. If I need anything, I got Uncle G. So that's what our group said about the questions.
Okay, Larisha, how about you guys here?
For us, she had a great example of the Trinity. Should I take it or she's
I said like it's like the Holy Spirit's like the mother and the father's like the father and Jesus is like the friend. So he's like the different aspects, and then you tied it in some way.
I don't know, I was trying to like see what she was saying. So in my mind, she was saying the Holy Spirit was the mother, I was thinking that as a mother and father they work together. And she said Jesus is the friend, so I'm assuming in my mind it's like, well, Jesus talks about he teaches from the Spirit, so he has the spirit of his mother as well as the father, but at the same time they're all tied together, they're working as a team in their same that was just an interesting way of looking at it. As number two, we were still working, we were talking a lot on number one, but on number two, she had asked us what are fundamental needs. And for me personally, I was sharing with him, God is a fundamental need, like even for everyone, but even in my life, like even being as a young person and like being surrounded by different people and how there's so much peer pressure around that you could fall in and just you want to, but you feel like you're left out of certain things. But God sustained me, just be being kept in God. Like, if I did not stay in God, I'm just saying, like, there's nothing else but God that can sustain me. And just keeping God the center is my fundamental need of everything else, if that makes any sense. Like what I'm saying. So, I mean, that's what we got to. We didn't get that far. That's about it.
Yeah, okay, how about you guys, Brian?
Well, first question, what does the idea of Trinity teach us about ourselves? And what came up was how important, how powerful is relationships and unity. You know, you got the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit working as one. And then something as simple like, it just like came up in my spirit. Like, even looking at this question, we all came in agreement on this question. Could have said, I don't want to talk about that question. Or no, I don't feel like getting involved in that question. But since we all agreed on this one question, as soon as we're all in agreement, and it only took two of us, started with one person speaking a thought, and then it manifested another thought of someone else, and that came in agreement with that thought, and it's like, start making this one thing, and like, oh, wow, you know, the power, I don't know if I explained it better, and then we were talking about how you use the example for like, say with the family reunion. For the most part, everybody doesn't get involved with the family reunion, you know, as far as you know. It normally starts with like, you have that auntie and that grandmother, you know, pick a place or something. And then, you know, they'll send a word out. And then everyone else comes in agreement. Then you got somebody in charge of this. But it still comes with agreement through the relationship of, say, your auntie who gave that example, or who said, okay, it's going to be here at this time in this place, and we need this, that. And because of that, everybody agreed with that, bam. And it just, the relationship, it caused the relationship to work so everybody can come as one at that one place and celebrate together in unity as family. So, but for that second question, what are our fundamental needs as human beings? Right. Lucio was saying God, and like that's the only thing I could think about, like God, and then everybody was pointing out all these like very fundamental things like survival. I heard over here, and what was some of the things that you guys said? Acceptance, all of that, and then thinking like God is love. Once we come into a relationship with God and start learning about Him, like He fills those up and He teaches us. Just like we're here now, you know, look at like the ideas and opportunities that we can take out into the world because of our relationship with God, and that He's teaching us in our own individual relationship with Him. And because we came together, how much more effective we can be. If one can take 1,000, you know, 10,000, you know, just thinking like that, like, man, that's powerful.
See, and
three, it's not easy to look.
yeah.
See?
But who mentioned cappuccino for the second one?
So I was listening in on their group for a little bit, and you know, I started thinking about the idea that Jesus, what could Jesus do by himself? What was Jesus able to do just alone, apart from the Father and the Holy Spirit?
Without that.
You know? What can could the Father bring salvation to the world without Jesus? No. You know, could the Holy Spirit have brought salvation without Jesus and without the Father? No. So the point is that even God needs to accomplish what He wants to accomplish. He has to work as a team. He has to work in community. And so if we want to do the things that God does, then we've got to be like God is. And we've got to be in unity with one another in order to accomplish the things that we're called to accomplish in this world. And I think that, you know, you think about if you would have somehow, you know, divide